Good morning. Well, I actually slept pretty well. Got a little bit windy overnight, but not actually too bad. So, just woken up. There's a little bit of wind outside, and I'm going to pack a bag today so that I'm prepared to go to my daughter's, and then I'm going to find out if the supermarket's opened, whether I'll be working tonight. So the cyclone is, I think, almost ready to hit land. The meteorologist is now giving announcements to people that are living on canals on the Gold Coast to have an evacuation plan because of the rising waters and the potential risk of flooding. So apparently that's a high risk area if you're on canals. It's a category 2. Apparently it is speeding up. Who knows? So I think they're saying about 165 kilometre winds and lots of rain and potential flooding. Yesterday, while I was at the supermarket working, doing nightfall, I had a customer come up to me and asked me if there was any bread, and I said, no, sorry, we've run out of bread. And then he said, well, you're fucking useless, aren't you? I just turned around and walked away. So my advice for people is to please stay calm, please stay respectful. It's out of my control if there's product, bread, milk, eggs, water available to put on the shelves or not. It's not my responsibility to make sure there's a loaf of bread for every person on the Gold Coast. And so, respond with kindness and respect, please. There's no need to be abusive. I'm going to get up now and I'm going to pack a bag and I'm going to get ready for the day and continue to vlog as much as I can of what I can of Cyclone Alfred. So stay safe, stay loving, stay kind, stay respectful, and try not to let this overcome you with fear. I think the media, I know that the media just want everybody in a state of fear because it gets ratings and sells advertising for them. So please try and stay calm and loving and kind, and try not to be too anxious about this situation. Plan as best you can and stay safe. Okay, so it's rainy and windy, and there's the nice view behind me. This whole car park here will be completely flooded probably in 48 hours. This is one car park that gets flooded on the Gold Coast. Hey, okay, so I'm standing up because I've got a little bay in my door. I don't know what you call that, cavity or something. So I can stand up, I can't stand up straight, I'm still bent over. But if I actually step up into Van Halen, this is how bent over I am. So anyway, I'm packing a bag. I'm going to put some jeans because it's getting a bit cool actually, believe it or not. It's just the start of autumn on the Gold Coast. But with this wind and rain, it just feels colder. I think it's a psychological thing actually. But I'm going to pack a bag, which I need to just have available to go to my daughter's in a hurry, and some clothes for the next few days while I'm there. Got a towel, good old Woolies bag, and I'm also going to have my toiletries in there, and I think my friend's book, Predators Playground, I think it's called. Anyway, it's Glenn Fisher, Champion, his book about his life on the streets as a child, drug addiction, being sexually abused. It's a pretty heavy, full-on book. It's certainly not light reading, but what an inspiration that guy is. He has a charity called the Leg Up Project, so if you get a chance to look him up, I'd highly recommend reading his book. I've got water here. I've also dropped some water at my daughter's place, so she's got a fair bit of water there too. I'm going to get my iPad, my phone chargers, my pillow, my glasses, and yeah, the food's going to be the last thing. So I'm all sort of ready to go, to flee once this weather gets really crazy. So it's starting to pick up the wind a little bit. The people out there walking their dogs, with umbrellas turning inside out. Oh dear. But yes, this whole car park area here is renowned for getting flooded, and I would imagine that it's going to be completely inaccessible within, well, 24 to 48 hours. So I am going to go and grab a coffee now. Okay, I'm just going to try and get a couple of warm things out of my back of my van. Just a warm, like, sweater or something. I don't have anything like that. Get back of Van Halen. And yeah, the rain's getting heavier. I'm going to be quick here. Okay, so got my jumper and a warm jacket that I love, and chuck these back. It's hard to do this while I'm videoing, but yeah, on there. Drawer goes back and match it up. Got a couple of warm things to wear. Okay, it's getting wild. Yeah, it's definitely getting worse, this weather. So, got some warm clothes and I'm packing up my bags with everything I need. Yeah, the weather is definitely getting worse. You can see the wind's picking up. It's getting very wet. So I think now the council's putting signs out in this car park here. I've just seen a sign in the background. Let's take a look. I'm going to get a coffee and then I think I might just go and check out my car park that I need to put Van Halen in. Okay, so I have just been updated. I believe that there could be a possibility that the cyclone could intensify to a Category 3. It is actually hitting South Brisbane, North Gold Coast. So they're expecting extreme weather conditions today, and it wouldn't surprise me if Woolworths isn't even open. So I've just spoken to my daughter, and what I'm planning to do now is to head toward the car park where I'm planning to leave Van Halen and check it out and see if it's safe to leave him there. Maybe also just get any last minute supplies I might be able to from the supermarket, whatever's left. And then my daughter's out at the moment, and she's going to come by and pick me up, and we will bunker down in her house for a few days and just play out the storm undercover. Thank goodness I have a house to go to. I feel so grateful. I don't think I would have felt safe at all in a Category 3 cyclone in my van. Okay, so I've been circling around and around this car park, and this is the only spot left undercover here at the shopping centre that thankfully is available. So I'm about to park up Van Halen undercover, and I hope it's going to be okay. Okay, so I'm just going to check to see if I've got enough room at the back here. I can definitely go further back. Wow, I feel so grateful that I have been able to score a spot here, because this entire car park undercover here, it's on ground level, so it's not underground, so I'm hoping that this won't flood, and it's the only car park left. I think I have been incredibly blessed to have this car park. So please send your prayers and keep your fingers crossed for Van Halen that he'll be safe during this cyclone. I am going to go into the shopping centre and get a couple of last minute things, whatever's left in the supermarket that I might need, and then wait for my daughter to come and pick me up. So it's pretty chaos in the shopping centre here. Everybody's getting last supplies at Woolies. It was pretty busy. I got a few last minute supplies, and now I'm heading to the car park to meet my daughter so that I can get all my things out of the van and into her house. Okay, so here's Van Halen. I checked with the Commonwealth Bank, and they said that this car park doesn't flood, so that's awesome. So fingers crossed Van Halen's going to be safe here. Just going to get my items ready for putting into my daughter's car, because I need to get prepared in case it gets worse, and I don't want to put my daughter at risk of driving out to pick me up. So my bag's packed. Get my food out of the fridge, and then we can go. So I think it's the calm before the storm. It's kind of the wind has dropped slightly, but that quite often happens, and then all of a sudden the storm just comes through. But the Woolworths was absolutely packed, crazy chaos in there, but quite a bit of food, which is good, so I don't know how long that'll last, but If you need some supplies, I'd suggest you get down there quick. So I'm just hanging here waiting for my daughter to come. I've got all my bags packed, and Van Halen's undercover, safe, in a non-flood undercover car park, hopefully. 165 kilometre winds are expected. Stay safe, everybody. Stay with your loved ones. Stay indoors. Limit driving only if you absolutely have to. Keep up to date with any weather updates. Higgins storm chaser, I think it is, Higgins something on Facebook. Maybe follow them, but also just keep an eye out for neighbours, elderly people that may be feeling extra vulnerable right now and may need your assistance. Neighbours that may be on their own, please reach out and offer your assistance if you can, and maybe they may find comfort in being with somebody as opposed to being all alone in their home. So please consider the elderly and people that may be in a vulnerable position.